Okay, so we are going to read a story today, that is Fritz by Satyajit Ray. Since you are well acquainted with the story already, I have thought of going for a quick recap. As you know, there are two characters in the story. First is Jayanto and second is Shankar. Shankar was a school teacher and Jayanto works for an editorial department. Jayanto's father worked in the archaeological department. Both of them were very good friends. So once they decided to go on a journey. For a vacation, they have decided to go to Rajasthan. Rajasthan was there in their bucket list for a long time, but they couldn't make it. The reason was, either since Jayanto and Shankar walked into different sectors, it was quite difficult for them to manage their time and to agree at the same point of time. That was taking much of their time, but when they planned it, they made it happen. They were going to Rajasthan. Rajasthan where? There are so many places in Rajasthan. We all know Chittor, Ajmer, Jodhpur and so on. But they have decided to go to Bundi. What is special there in Bundi? Bundi was a place which has a lot of nostalgia attached with Shankar's memory. Why? Jayanto's memory. Why? Because Jayanto used to live in Rajasthan along with his father because of his father's job during his childhood. And because of that, Jayanto knows many things about Bundi, Rajasthan. And once they got a chance to go for this vacation, Jayanto has chosen undoubtedly Bundi will be their choice. Now what happened? They reached Bundi. They were very excited because after a long time they have come for a vacation. Now they have reached the bungalow. Now what they can see? Jayanto was seen getting very nostalgic about his childhood memory. Jayanto was remembering each and everything that was closely associated with his childhood. He was talking about the bungalow, the furnitures, the lawn and everything. So they went for many places in Rajasthan. They have watched a few forts as well. Now at that night, what will happen? They were sleeping. They were sleeping and all of a sudden it was seen by the readers that Jayanto woke up. Jayanto woke up and he was very furious. Why he was furious? Nobody knows. Shankar was just lying beside him. So Shankar just asked him what is going wrong with him. While Shankar was asking such questions, Jayanto was he was on the verge of nervousness in such a way that he could not say even what he was going through. Shankar thought that he might have seen something unnatural, maybe that is in his dreams. But Shankar kept on asking Jayanto what is wrong and how did he get affected like that. But Jayanto just gaped his mouth with an awe, as if he has seen something or he has felt something that it was impossible to make all of us understand, make Jayanto understand. Now, let me tell you, what did Jayanto see? On asking several times by Shankar, Jayanto said that somebody has walked on him. Somebody has walked on him? How is this possible? I mean, is that possible for somebody to walk on somebody? And since the doors and everything is closed, Shankar noticed that the windows were open. So Shankar thought that maybe a cat or something of that sort has entered the room and walked on Jayanto. Now, Jayanto was not at all happy with the explanation given by Shankar. Jayanto showed some marks on the bed sheet that he has been covered with. He showed some brown colored marks of somebody's footsteps that made Shankar really frightful. But Shankar at last convinced Jayanto that it was nothing but what? The footsteps of a cat. Okay, so Jayanto switched off the light and he went to sleep. But Jayanto could not sleep that night. Even if Shankar told Jayanto so many times to sleep well, on the next day they have a good plan to visit the whole Bundi and so on. Jayanto could not sleep. Jayanto switched on the light. Jayanto was awake late that night. Jayanto could not sleep. And the next day, they had a very good plan. They just explored Rajasthan in their own eyes, and they explored each and every tradition of Rajasthan Bundi, the lake, the fort, and what are the specific things that Rajasthan offers all the world. Now what will happen? While returning, we will see that Jayanto was somehow occupied. He remained occupied continuously, as if his attention is somewhere lost, or something else was there in his mind which was not let him concentrate on the present things they all are doing. So after they returned to their residence, Jayanto started telling Shankar about a doll. A doll? Yeah, a doll. That is a Swiss doll who was named Fritz. So this doll was purchased by Jayanto's father when Jayanto was a child. And that doll was very favorite to Jayanto. Jayanto used to play with the doll all the time during his childhood. He had so many other toys, but he did not feel like playing with the rest because he had all his likings towards the doll named Fritz. So he started telling the story to whom? To Shankar. He was telling him that he used to carry Fritz wherever he used to go. Shankar was also listening to him with an awe that, yes, is that possible for a boy to play with a doll? Okay, we can do it. Since we were children, we can do it. Okay. So he did not pay much heed to that. He had all his attention on the story told by Jayanto. Now, Jayanto told that he was very much attached with the doll. Shankar asked Jayanto then, what happened to the doll now? I have never seen the doll. If that doll was very favorite to you, that must be with you. I have never seen, you haven't talked about it rather. Jayanto said that something had happened. What? When he was playing outside with the doll, something fell on his pant, and in order to change it, he went inside. And while he was not there, a couple of dogs came by and they started playing a tug of war with the doll. By the time he returned, he found that Fritz's face was completely diminished. The doll was not at all recognizable anymore. So his heart came out of his breast with the pain, with the grief that he found after seeing Fritz in such condition. So he decided to bury Fritz. Why bury? Because he never treated Fritz like a doll, but like one of his very dear playmates. So he decided to go for a decent burial. So Jayanto said that he had buried Fritz under the Deodar tree. Shankar said, if it is so, the skeleton of Fritz or or some remains of Fritz or the whole image of Fritz must be there underneath the soil? Chantu said that he had buried Fritz under the Deodar tree. If it is so, then Shankar immediately asked Joyanto to recover Fritz once again. If he has buried Fritz on the same spot, Fritz can be recovered. While they were thinking this way, they found their gardener, a person who takes care of the garden. He arrives at around 3 o'clock. So both of them went to him and approached him that he needs to dig the Deodar tree. Okay, so he tried to play some humorous pranks with them. He immediately said that if something valuable is there, he will also take a good share of it. They said, okay, let's go for the digging part. When the gardener was digging, Joyanto was there. And Shankar was asking, was there really a doll? The gardener continued with his digging part, and when he already made a hole on the ground, quite a few inches deep, Joyanto's eyes were glaring with fear. Joyanto has seen something as if he can't even explain. He was pointing something towards the hole and his finger was trembling. He showed something. And what it was? When they all came, Shankar, Joyanto and the gardener, they saw what you know. They saw that a skeleton was there of around 12 inches long, just like a human. And here ends the story. You can call it a paranormal story. You can call it a story having some psychological hints. You can call it a prank, whatever you want. But you have to give me the exact reason of Fritz lying over there underneath the soil after a long period of time. What was the possibility? Why did Satyajit Ray write like this? What was his intention to make the readers understand after his story will get published? What do you feel about the story? Let me know in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer all your doubts. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.